Should you buy a PS5 now or should you wait for the PS5 Pro? Now, yesterday there was a big uproar on Twitter/X. Multiple sources are claiming that most likely we will see a PS5 Pro later this year. And people are going crazy. Some people just now getting their PS5 because, as we know, towards the beginning of the PS5's life cycle, it was impossible to get in the PS5 MSRP price without going through a scalper, that is. But for some people, they just decide to wait it out because they just don't want to deal with the stress and they don't want to spend $1,000 on a PS5, which is understandable. And it was just like, man, that was 4 years ago. And I remember the Xbox was incredibly hard to get, but nowhere near as the PS5. But fast forward to pretty much now, Sony did release the PS5 Slim, and people are getting it. You can still get a PS5 through Amazon like it's nothing. I'm pretty sure you can go into a store and get a PS5 too as well. But now everybody can finally get a PS5 regularly. But now Sony comes out with, oh, PS5 Pro is coming out later this year. And like I mentioned, that was 4 years ago. And a lot of people are mad about this because, one, they just got their PS5, and two, do we actually need more power on the PS5 considering that we never really had any heavy hitter games in a sense? Yes, we had Ratchet & Clank, Spider-Man 2, and my personal favorite, Returnal, showcasing the power of the PS5, is blazing fast SSDs. Do we necessarily need a Pro version of the PS5? Because if you fast forward to the PS4, when that first came out in 2013, it took Sony 4 years, just like the PS5, to release a PS4 Pro. And that's why I'm not really too surprised at this, because it's bringing it right within the time frame. The time frame is appropriate. But I can understand why some people are saying that, oh, there's not that much games on the PS5, or even the developers not even utilizing the full power of the PS5. So I understand the uproar about that. It makes sense for Sony to release the PS5 Pro, because I can almost guarantee you that GTA 6 is not going to run at 60 frames per second on the PS5. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. GTA 6 is going to be so graphically demanding that I think I'm going to find it hard to believe that we're going to get 60 frames per second. Look at GTA 5, for example. That came out first on the PS3, but then it had been ported over or slightly remastered on the PS4. And then, third time again, they remastered it on the PS5. But it wasn't until the PS5 that we started to get 60 frames per second on GTA 5. Why didn't we get that on the PS4? And I could understand why they didn't do it on the PS3. So I think history is going to repeat itself here. Maybe we have to get the PS5 Pro to get 60 frames per second for GTA 6. And for crying out loud, if that's the case, GTA 5 should be running 4K at 120 on the PS5. If that's the case, hey, it's the PS5. I get people saying that all the time. Oh, it's a PS5, it's a PS5. It should run GTA 6 at 60 frames per second. No, like the PS5 is now approaching 4 years. It's 3 years officially, but this year would make it 4 years since the console release. And when GTA 5 comes out next year, it'll be 5 years since the PS5 release. So love it or hate it, these consoles are getting old, and with technology always moves fast. You know, the developers would want to push the boundaries even further. You know, yes, the PS5, it has the SSD, it has the power. It's a way better console than the PS4 without a doubt. But now 5 years is it's half a decade now. It's been half a decade since the PS5. So it makes sense to get a Pro version of it. And like I said, I understand both sides, but this is bringing it along with the time frame that Sony typically release revisions and Pro versions of consoles. But now where things get tricky is, now that you guys know that information, should you go out and actually buy a PS5 now, or should you wait for the PS5 Pro? Now, if you have a PS5 now, the OG one, or even the Slim, it really don't matter. I would say you shouldn't have to worry. You're still gonna get GTA 6. You're still gonna get your games. It really doesn't matter. I'm a tech guy. I want the latest and greatest every single time. But if you want the best gaming experience, the best GTA 6 experience, you may need to get that PS5 Pro. But it's not necessary. It's not unfair or anything like that. You're still getting the same console. You're just getting a little bit more power. And especially if you have a 1440p monitor, well, this is not gonna really make a difference too much. Then you're not gonna really see a difference if you're coming from PS4, because that can only output to 1080p. Then getting a PS5 Pro might not be necessary because you're not going to utilize the 4K graphics anyway. You know, if you have a PS5 already, don't even worry about it. Unless you want the power and you have money to spend, then this is an obvious upgrade. But if you have a PS5 already, don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it. Now, if you have a PS4 and you've been holding out, this is the time. I mean, I would wait. You had it for this long, so you may as well just keep on waiting. And some people keep their PS4 because, well, we have the same games. We both have Call of Duty, we both have Fortnite, Apex, all the games that people would typically play. It's already on both consoles, and pairing that up with cross-play, you could be able to still play with your friends, be in the party chat. Everything is more together compared to going from a PS3 to a PS4. It's a totally different ball game. And now we live in a world of Steam Decks, just the portable gaming PCs now. You have those now as an option, and people are just not looking forward to upgrading their PS4s anytime soon until you have like a new game that's only gonna work for the PS5. But then again, GTA 6 is only gonna be on current gen consoles. That's the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5. Unfortunately, no PC just yet. So I think that's gonna entice a lot of people to upgrade. So far, my favorite PS5 game has to be Returnal. If you haven't played it already, I highly encourage you guys to do so. Just, it's different. I love the fact how if you die, you gotta start the whole thing all over again.
Ah! Ah! Yo, bro, you nuts.
It's incredibly challenging, but it's addictive at the same time. It's easily, that's definitely my favorite PS5 game. It's better than God of War. It's better than Spider-Man, yes. Nah, it's not better, but I enjoy playing all the PS5 exclusive games, but I feel like we just need more. We need more. We're gonna definitely need more. Bring back SOCOM, bring back Twisted Metal, bring back some of the old, bring back some of the games that we had back then and remaster it. I would love to see that. But I understand it's like a sales thing, numbers thing, which one is gonna sell more. So I understand. Those are the games that I grew up with, and I would love to play those again. Well, modernized, that is. I mean, we did have some specs that leaked, but I'm not sure if this is true or not. I'm gonna throw it on screen. And very recently, Sony came out and say the PS5 is now entering its latter stages of its life cycle. Now, basically what that means is the sales are gonna probably start to dip for hardware on the PS5, because now more and more people are getting PS5s. It's more accessible. This is kind of like a little weird how they came out with this, and then the PS5 Pro has been leaked out. So it is something that Sony is hoping to increase hardware sales, and but at the same time, ironically, it's around the same time they typically release a Pro version of the PlayStation, just like the PS4, going into the PS4 Pro. But somehow I am looking forward to this PS5 Pro, and of course I'm going to be making a video on it. If that ever comes out, I'm going to be doing unboxing, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you guys subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think about a PS5 Pro. Do we need one, or Sony should just keep it? You know, wait till the PS6. If you enjoyed the video, I appreciate it with a thumbs up. Subscribe with notifications on. And other than that, I hope you all have a simple day.